Hi, I'm sitting here with Christoph Gröner, the new appointed director of FilmschoolFest Munich and FilmFest Munich. Congratulations,
Thank you,
Christoph.
Thank you.
So, coming now to, this is the first year. I mean, you've been before as a creative director. And what changes did you bring? I saw that there is a new publication. A change, you have now two instead of, let's say, one.
Yeah, many changes, more changes are to come. First of all, I presented this festival for 7 years, from 2005 to 2011. So I really love it, and it's great to come home in a way now as festival director. And it has always been a platform for me that's amazing, because lifelong friendships, really deep connections between people, international guests, international artists ensue, are part of this. So we felt like, okay, how can we make this grow towards the public? And we felt like a tagline beneath the FilmschoolFest line would be great, the Festival of Future Storytellers, because what we need and what we feel as a festival team is that we need to hear the young voices from all around the world and their artistic dealings with the world, coming to terms with the world, a terribly complicated world. So
Getting more and more complicated.
More and more complicated. So we felt like, but younger artists are the future. So the Festival of Future Storytellers gives us both the possibility to reflect on zeitgeist, a very complicated one, and to always keep up the hope of a future, bright future. And both of these elements are very important. And very important to be embodied in the festival. As harsh as it gets, people should also be here to party and to really create friendships. That's very important.
And congratulations for bringing also Romania for the very first time also to the festival.
Oh, not the very first time.
It's not.
No.
Really?
I remember Julia Rugina, who you might know from TIFF Romania very well.
When was she?
When I presented it, she was here twice.
But not last year.
No.
Longer time ago.
Yes, again, this is from 2005 to 2011. So Romanian films have been here again and again and again. And sometimes, the selection process is special. The pre-selection jury can do what they want. They are not urged to select a film from every film school. They select from nearly 500 films what they perceive to be the best. So the number is always more or less the same. Different film schools are sending in films, but it is from 380 to 500 films.
So do you have now also collaborations with somebody from a Romanian film school also?
We are cooperating with every film school in the world that wants to send in films, and of course there are Romanian film schools that are in Select, so the official entity of film schools, and they are advised to send in. What we cannot control is what film school is actually sending in. What we try to do is we motivate again, but we rely on every multiplication. So if anybody hears that who wants to motivate Romanian film schools to send in more, I can only suggest do it, and let it be from Romania, let it be from the Southern Hemisphere as total, because we're not getting enough films, for example, from several African countries, and we really need to change that, and we'll be working on that. But we depend on the need to send in the films, and then we create a platform with that.
I think African stories are also going to be in the future. They're going to be in the focus.
Yeah, and let us be more specific, because this is a big continent. Let us talk about Nigerian stories. Let us talk about Senegalese stories.
Nollywood.
Exactly. So we have to, from our perspective in Europe, I really want to stop talking about the African continent, because what we perceived in the last years is such a diversity, such a range of aesthetic talent and really different cinematographies from different countries in Africa, and we really want to respect that. So we kind of stopped to look at the biggest continent on our globe as a whole, rather speak about very different cinematographies on the continent, and we want to bring them in more, definitely.
How are you going to do this? For example, talking about Africa, are you planning to attend the film festivals? For example, in Nigeria, which you're just mentioning.
Well, the thing
They
is,
have
we
so
don't.
many film festivals
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
One just took
I
place
don't. I
in
don't think.
Lagos.
I don't think we have the means to now scout by ourselves the continent. And again, I would say it's a matter of respect to rather tap into the curatorial space that exists there in Africa. They're amazing artists, they're amazing curators. So why should we go? We would rather like to listen and have us told. So what is truly at the core of what you want now, or where's aesthetics headed? For example, at FilmFest Munich, we had the European premiere just after Sundance of Mummy Water, a film that is by C.J. Obasi, which is widely seen now from Nigeria. And we were so happy to have that, rather than by that saying, oh, now we understand the scene in Nigeria. We would rather say, we talk to him, we talk to his producer, and we try to create networks. I mean, we're all connected throughout the world through email. It's not a matter of going there, because FilmFest Munich, in the point we are, biggest summer festival in Germany, top 10 festival in Europe, according to The Guardian, a boutique festival that still wants to be familiar, that wants to talk to a global audience, or at least a full European audience, but is still, palpable. We don't want to be super bigger and attract 400,000 viewers, because what you lose is that connection, that we can sit here together, that people can still connect. So as the festivals, FilmschoolFest and FilmFest Munich, it still should keep its possibility to touch people and to bring them together. So we're not going to go to a lot of festivals on the African continent. We will talk to a lot of people. That's what we want.
And this is why you're going to be probably doing it in Cannes or Venice, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so there's a lot to expect now. With the next FilmFest Munich in June.
Well, I mean, Julia Weigel is the artistic co-director of the festival, and both her and me, we are very impatient. Yes, we want to create a lot, but we will always do that, and at the same time respect the means that we are given. We want to have the best ideas. This doesn't mean like the biggest investment or the biggest festival, but we want to be a smart festival, and in that sense, yes, we want to make it grow a lot in the next years.
I think talking about money should be also okay, because Markus Söder was intending to have the biggest festival actually in Germany.
Yeah, what I can say, and never stop repeating, we have the most secured financing in the whole of Germany, because we are relying on the city and we are relying on the state, and they are equal parts in that, so it's super safe, and that cannot be said for many festivals in Germany. So I'm just happy to work with what we have and make it grow, and we know that the state and the city will understand that this grows. So
and you're also very well connected when it comes to international directors and actors. Because some of them, they actually became big here in Munich for the first time.
It's interesting that you won't mention it, because Vicky Krieps, for example, became big. Franz Rogowski is now a household name of international cinema, with last film being Passages by Iris X. And yes, they were both born here, and we're very proud about that. But we also know that we have to let these talents go into the world, because what we are is a platform of discovery, and we will make this grow. We are also a platform of world premieres, of younger world premieres, also established, especially for German cinema. We will make all of this grow, but we do not strive to be an A festival. We want to be a smarter form of a festival for the 21st century, and there are enough A festivals. There are just enough. There are enough markets. What is the smart kind of festival? We're asking this every day, and we will try to show what we mean by that in the coming years.
So a smart connection between professional and public.
Exactly. I mean, we're an audience festival first and foremost, but to have the best premieres for the audience, we have to be a festival for the industry, attractive for the industry. And how are we attractive? When we just recently went to New York, we're talking to US people that are quite big in the industry. And when we say like, we want to make this meaningful, we want to bring people with a mission to Munich, meaning to have them stay for a longer time, 4 and 5 days. They say like, ah, you mean like more Telluride, less Toronto. And we think that's an interesting way to look at it. We think that it's not necessarily about getting bigger, but getting more meaningful, being more fun, being more, what is the word for nachhaltig in English again?
Sustainable?
Exactly,
Yeah.
being sustainable in the terms of the relationships we are creating, also in terms of the green sphere, also in terms of developing the industry also in Germany. So more diversity, more colorful German industry is one goal. So many goals there, but we want to develop all of these also in a playful way and in a humane way that you can really make beautiful connections.
Talking about the fun factor, what about VR? Are you going to integrate? Because
Do you think VR is fun?
For me, yes, I'm loving it.
Okay, so 2 things.
You did VR in the past.
We did in 2019, and it was huge. But to make this happen on a huge scale, you have to invest a huge sum. And one core thing that we always come back to is, what is cinema? Cinema is a social experience first and foremost. So that's the core mission. Bring more people together to have a similar aesthetic experience and exchange their thoughts about it. In that sense, VR is not at the core, but it is at the core at the same time, because this is where one part of the audiovisual experience is headed. So we had just this summer, we created a laboratory called the Pavilion 333, where we have it, and we had like an amazing platform for artificial intelligence based stuff. And again, Julia Weigel, co-artistic director of the festival, brought in amazing VR experiences as well, or artists dealing with VR experiences.
And you also collaborate with the Bahnhorst
exactly.
museum,
The connection with the arts is also very important.
What about series? Are you going to focus also on series?
Well, we already do, because on German series...
So you're going to continue this?
Absolutely, because I mean, in other places in Germany, platforms for younger cinema and for series are shut down. So it would be the most absurd moment for us to do less in that sense. No, we have this section called Neues Deutsches Fernsehen, New German TV. And by now this is separated 50% for series and 50% for films,
Okay, it sounds amazing. I'm looking forward. More to come.
Come to
more
Munich. Come to Munich in summer and in November.
Yeah, the weather is going to be better.
It's better in summer, yeah.
Thank you very much, Christoph.
Thank you.
Ciao.